Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today I will be presenting my digital innovation tool, which is Gather Town. Before we start, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Afiqa Aunie binti Azman from PI Sample TESL June 2020 intake. First of all, in the ever-evolving landscape of education, one digital innovation stands out as a game changer is Gather Town. Imagine a world where classrooms seamlessly blend with cutting-edge technology, where geographical barriers dissolve, and where learning becomes an immersive adventure. Gather Town is the gateway to this transformative educational experience. It doesn't just replicate physical learning spaces, it reinvents them in a dynamic, engaging, and inclusive virtual environment. This is a world where students and educators come together in avatars, where multimedia seamlessly weaves into lessons, where inclusivity knows no bounds, and where data empowers educators to shape the future of learning. Welcome to the future of education. Welcome to Gather Town. Before using Gather Town, educators and students may have encountered several challenges in the traditional classroom and online learning environments. The first issue that the first issue or problem that I'm going to discuss is limited engagement. In traditional classroom, some students may struggle with passive learning, where they primarily listen to lectures without actively engaging in discussions or hands-on activities. In online settings, this issue can be exacerbated due to the absence of physical presence and interactive opportunities. The second issue is limited interactivity. In both traditional and early online learning, interaction was often limited to periodic classroom discussions or forums. This may not be sufficient for engaging students and promoting active learning. And the next one is lack of data-driven insights. Traditional classroom often lack tools for educators to gather data on students' performance and engagement in real time. This can hinder the ability to adapt teaching methods to better suit students' needs. And furthermore, the next issue is accessibility challenges. Traditional classrooms may not always be accessible to students with disabilities, creating barriers to their participation and learning. Similarly, some online platforms may not prioritize accessibility features, excluding students with special needs. And the last issue is engagement issues. In both traditional and early online settings, maintaining student engagement and motivation over the course of a semester or program or even a 2-hour class could be challenging, leading to lower retention rates and learning outcomes. Therefore, GatherTown will be the transformative digital tool for English language teaching and learning, which will solve the issues or problem mentioned previously. Let's discover how it will solve the issues. First, for limited engagement, GatherTown addresses this issue by creating immersive virtual environments that replicate physical classrooms. Avatars allow students to move around, interact, and engage with content in real time. This fosters active participation and discussions, making learning more dynamic and engaging. The next one is limited interactivity. Gated Towns promotes natural interactions through avatars, enabling real-time conversations, group activities, and spontaneous discussions. This enhances interactivity and engagement. Furthermore, for the issue lack of data-driven insights, Gated Town offers data analytics and tracking, enabling educators to monitor student engagement, participation, and progress in real time. This data-driven approach supports adaptive teaching methods and personalized support. The next one is the accessibility challenges. Gated Town can be designed to support students with disabilities by incorporating accessibility features such as screen readers, keyboards, navigation, and alternative text for images. This promotes inclusivity. And the last one for engagement issues, the immersive and interactive nature of Gated Town helps maintain student engagement over time. The platform introduces an element of fun and novelty, making education enjoyable and appealing. The next one, I'm going to explain the key features in Gather Town. The first feature is customizable virtual classroom. Educators can design custom virtual classroom tailored to their teaching needs. These environments can replicate physical classroom settings or be creatively designed for specific subject or activities. Educators can create different virtual environments for various subjects or courses, tailoring each space to specific needs of the curriculum and students. As you can see, the teacher can choose if they want to set up the setting of the classroom in a office building or even in a more cozy spaces. The next feature is avatars for student interaction. Avatars represent students and instructors, allowing them to move around and interact with each other within the virtual space. This promotes natural student to student and student to instructor interactions, resembling real world classroom dynamics. As you can see from the screen, you can customize the character or the features of the character for each student, or they even can customize that for themselves. And the third feature is proximity-based audio. In Gather Town, audio is based on avatar proximity, simulating real-world conversations. This feature encourages active participation, discussions, and group work, making making online classes more engaging. As you can see, there are few selection that you can choose for the audio, and you can even have the background noise reduction. The next feature is interactive elements for lessons. GatherTown supports interactive elements such as clickable objects and presentations. Educators can use this feature to create engaging lessons with multimedia content, interactive quizzes, and hands-on activity. For example, if you enter the GatherTown, if you want to interact with any kind of object, you have to press X to use the object. As you can see from the screen, if I want to use the whiteboard, I have to press the X in order to interact with it. Furthermore, the next feature is screen sharing for demonstrations. Teachers can share their screens to demonstrate software, applications, or solutions, enhancing the educational experience for students in virtual settings. Which means if there is this possibility where students don't have their laptops or computers, teacher can demonstrate on how to use GatherTown by screen share the screen. And the next one is text chat for discussion. In addition to audio conversations, text-based chat is available for discussions, questions, and sharing resources. This ensures that students have multiple avenues for communications. It's not only Instagram or even TikTok that have the feature of text chats. Even the Gather Town will provide this feature. The seventh feature is collaborative projects. Students can collaborate on virtual group projects within the Gather Town environment, promoting teamwork and problem-solving skills. As you can see, Gather Town provide a chess game where students can work in group to solve it. And the last one is gamified learning feature. Educators can gamify lessons by incorporating interactive elements and gamification principles, making learning more engaging and enjoyable. As you can see from the screen, GatherTown provide the go-kart game, which your students or even yourself can enjoy when you are bored or when you want to make a competition. Furthermore, I'm going to explain the triological learning approach. Gathertown's design aligns well with the principles for triological learning. Here's how each of the principles is reflected in Gathertown features and functionality. The first design principle is organizing activities around shared objects. In a virtual classroom created within Gathertown, shared objects like whiteboards, interactive presentations, and documents can be used for collaborative activities. Students can collectively engage with these objects, enhancing shared learning experiences. The next design principle is supporting interaction between personal and social levels. Town supports both personal and social interactions. which means students can have one-on-one in discussion within the virtual classroom or join group discussion and lectures, ensuring interactions occur at multiple levels. The third design principle is eliciting individual and collective agency. In Gathertown, students have agency over their avatars, allowing them to actively participate in class by moving around, interacting with objects, and engaging in discussions. This promotes both individual and collective agency as students collaborate on group tasks. And the fourth design principle is fostering long-term processes of knowledge advancement. Gather can be used for long-term educational processes such as semester-long courses or extended research projects. The virtual classroom can serve as a persistent space where students revisit and engage in ongoing knowledge advancement. And the fifth design principle is emphasizing development through transformation and reflection between various forms of knowledge and practices. Gathertown facilitates the integration of various forms of knowledge and practices through multimedia content and interactive activities. Students can engage in reflective discussion within the platform, promoting the transformation of knowledge. As you can see, one of the key feature in Gathertown is the interactive tools provide, which you can use it in order to in English learning class. And the sixth design principle is cross fertilization of various knowledge practices, which is vocational education to universities, educational institutions to working life. The other tongue can bridge gaps between different educational institutions and knowledge practices. For instance, it can facilitate collaborative projects between students from vocational education programs and universities, promoting cross-fertilization of knowledge. Not only it can be used for primary school students, it can also be used for college students, or even you can held a meeting between teachers or instructors in school. It can only be used by the students but also by the instructors. And the last design principle is providing flexible tool mediation. Gathertown's flexibility allows education to adapt the virtual classroom to specific learning needs. They can integrate various educational tools, adapt the environment for different subjects, and customize the space as required. To conclude, Gathertown can be a valuable tool in education, particularly for creating engaging and interactive online learning environments. However, its success depends on the specific content, user familiarity, and alignment with educational goals. Before I end my presentation, I will include the demonstration on how teacher can use Gathertown in English teaching and learning. Now I'm going to demonstrate on how to use Gathertown. First of all, you have two choices whether if you want to download the app or you want to stay in the website. Okay, this is the character. Okay, so you will move them around. So how teacher is going to use this in English lesson is first students will go around and press X to interact with any kind of object. For example, this is the computer. So when you press X, the lesson for that day is singular and plural. So students will watch a YouTube
between
video,
singular nouns and plural nouns.
a YouTube video on
Singular. Singular
singular and plural.
refers to one person, place, or thing. For example, cat.
Okay, after they finish their task, they will move around and teacher will inform them on how to accomplish the task on that day. Okay, as you enter this, if you want to interact with the whiteboard, this is, for example, on how we assess the students on that particular lesson. All right, so this is the whiteboard. Student will have to answer the question. Okay, for example, what is the singular form of cats? And they basically just enter the answer on this. Moving on, you can also use the link for live worksheet and so on. Okay, for example, to interact with this, teacher will insert the link for live worksheet and students will just have to click the link and it will jump into the assessment for that lesson. Okay, so for the key features in this, in Gather Town, basically we have the microphone, we have the camera which you can turn on. This is an example. If you turn the camera on, your face will show up. Wait, your face will show up around here, and then teacher can screen share. Okay, before student enter the Gather Town, they will have to customize their avatar or their character based on what they want to be like. And here, teacher can search any member that included in this meeting and invite anyone by email or by link. And then there also will be the feature of chatting inside this. As you can see, I and others will reply to this. There is calendar. This is how teacher can customize the spaces or the objects that they want to include in the lesson. Basically, first of all, teacher will have to choose what kind of object they want to put, they want to customize in the classroom. For example, I want a table. Okay, I will put table here, and then I will set the laptop here. Okay, before I set the laptop, I will set the how I want to include the lesson with. For example, if student press the computer icon, teacher can put the embedded website, image, or video. Okay, for example, website, we have to put the link, and then after everything is settled, okay, teacher just have to put it on the table, and then when the student move around, they just have to click X to interact with the icons. And then this is the map for that available in Gather Town. Basically, teacher can choose what kind of theme they want to include. It will be beach or sleek or clean or cozy based on the teachers or the students' interest. And teacher also can choose how many range of people that will be the student that will be included in this classroom. And then for the feature My Desk, basically students can customize their own learning spaces. Okay. For example, if they want to walk to my desk, okay, this will be their desk. Okay, so they can customize it based on what they want. That's on how you use the Gather Town. And if you want to leave the office, you can leave the office and press this and view all spaces. There will be few selected all the spaces available for the course. For example, this is English course, Fluent U, Z Space, and My Classroom. There will be more than one space. Okay, now I'm going to show you the Fluent U. Okay. I'm going to show the gamification feature in Gather Town. Okay, as you can see, there is chess game here where students can play in groups with their friends. And then there will also be go-kart. Okay, okay. This is the race track. We can play go-kart. Wait, okay. And then what's interesting is you can also send people to lobby. Okay. This is the lobby before you when you enter the Gather Town. And I couldn't show it right now, but if there are few participants in this meeting, you can summon them. For example, if you are in um, lecture hall, you can summon them to go to the places that you want. I think that's all from me. Thank you.